my colleague ministers, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, Shri Rajiv Chandrasekhar ji, principal scientific advisors, Dr. Vijay Raghavan ji, secretaries of various departments. As Honorable Prime Minister said in the beginning, this is a listening session. This is not a speaking session, so I will not take more than 3 minutes. Maybe I'll just make 4 short points. As we all know, this budget was a path-breaking budget in the sense that the focus on capital investment and the focus on technology-led growth, these were very distinctly laid out and clear budgetary allocations were made. And as a follow-up of that budget, we are having this discussion where lots of industry participants, lots of academia, all the stakeholders are today on the same page, same table. The 4 brief points I would like to make here are, while going through the presentations, these are points which I jotted down while going through the presentations of various groups. Yes, we have made very big difference in the manufacturing of, let's say, electronics items, very soon telecom products. But that's something which we need to take to a very different, totally new level, is what I could sense from the presentations. Now, the thought process is absolutely in the right direction, but what are the exact action items that needs to be taken? PLI and PMI, which are 2 constructs that we have used for promoting domestic manufacturing, have led good results, have given us good results. Beyond this, what else needs to be done? I'll request the industry to come up with suggestions, and maybe beyond this session beyond this webinar that we have today, we should have a continuous process where we can focus more on manufacturing, because each of these manufacturing initiatives is generating a huge number of employment. So that was the first point regarding manufacturing. The second good input which came during the presentations is about the use of spectrum. I'm very happy that our thought process about spectrum is today changing. For a very long period, spectrum was seen as a mere revenue generating resource. The last 2 years have shown the public good element of spectrum. Today, from the presentation of the second group, I'm very happy to observe that there is a broad consensus on various spectrum management items, issues, which are basically leading to a public good or to a technology improvement or a technology development. This we need to now convert into clear policy or legal statements which can be then implemented. Having intent is one thing, but actual execution is more important. That is the second action item I would take away from this entire exercise. Third is about the bigger role for private sector in R&D. I think both my colleague ministers made very good points, and Honorable Prime Minister has taken this very hugely bold decision to have defense and space silos broken and letting the private sector also come in so that they can also innovate and their energies can also be put into good use for the country. I think similar initiative, similar silo breaking needs to be done in many more sectors. We are starting something in railways very soon. Another 7 or 8 days, we will be launching that new policy where private sector R&D would become integral part, or rather a major part of railways R&D budget. We do hope that going forward, probably 90% of railways R&D budget would be in the private sector, compared to 100% in the public sector today. With that policy change we'll be making, similar policy changes we need to make in almost all the sectors, because until and unless we treat our industry, treat our academia, treat our stakeholders as startups and other stakeholders as one with us, rather than we versus them, I don't think we can grow as a country. So we need to take them along. We need to make them part of our ecosystem. The fourth and last point is design-led manufacturing, which Honorable Prime Minister mentioned in the morning. I think the very nice initiative that we have taken in the semiconductor policy is something which needs to be uh, kind of, once we see the success of this, then probably it can be replicated in many more sectors. So these are the four brief points. First is manufacturing, second is spectrum management, third is bigger role for private sector, and fourth is design led manufacturing, on which this webinar has given us good action items, and more work we can do on these four items. Thank you, Professor Raghavan, for organizing it very nicely. This is a really good platform, and I thank all the participants for giving your thoughts in a very candid way. Thank you so much.